Hello, preschoolers. Today we are going to read the story, The Doorbell Rang by Pat Hutchins. Should we find out what happens when the doorbell rings? Let's take a look and see. I've made some cookies for tea, said Ma. Good, said Victoria and Sam. We're starving. Share them between yourselves, said Ma. I made plenty. She made a big plate of cookies. Wonder what kind they are. Maybe chocolate chip? What's your favorite kind of cookie? I like those too. That's 6 each, said Sam and Victoria. So they must have 12 cookies on this plate, and there are 2 children, so each child gets 6 cookies. Wow, that's a lot of cookies. They look as good as Grandma's, said Victoria. They smell as good as Grandma's, said Sam. No one makes cookies like Grandma, said Ma, as the doorbell rang. Ding dong. Who's at the door? Let's see. It was Tom and Hannah from next door. There are their friends, Tom and Hannah. Come in, said Ma. You can share the cookies. Do you think Sam and Victoria have enough cookies to share with Tom and Hannah? Let's see. That's 3 each, said Sam and Victoria. So 12 cookies, 1, 2, 3, 4 children. Each child gets 3 cookies. That's still a lot of cookies. They smell as good as your grandma's, said Tom. And look as good, said Hannah. No one makes cookies like Grandma, said Ma, as the doorbell rang. Ding dong. Who's at the door now? Well, let's turn the page and see. Oh, it was Peter and his little brother. More friends are coming. Come in, said Ma. You can share the cookies. Do they have enough cookies to share? Let's find out. That's 2 each, said Sam and Victoria. So 12 cookies and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 children. So each child gets 2 cookies. That sounds pretty good and fair. Everybody gets the same amount. They look as good as your grandma's, said Peter, and smell as good. Nobody makes cookies like Grandma, said Ma, as the doorbell rang. Ding dong. Now who's at the door? It was Joy and Simon with their 4 cousins. Wow, a whole bunch of kids are coming to visit now. Come in, said Ma. You can share the cookies. Do they have enough cookies to share with all of these children too? Let's find out. That's 1 each, said Sam and Victoria. So we have a plate with 12 cookies, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oops, did I miss somebody? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 children. 12 cookies, 12 children. So each child gets 1 cookie. That's how they're sharing, and it's fair because everybody gets the same number of cookies, 1. They smell as good as your grandma's, said Joy. And look as good, said Simon. No one makes cookies like Grandma, said Ma, as the doorbell rang. Ding dong. Uh-oh. Everybody has 1 cookie. If more children come, will they be able to share? How can they share those cookies? Good idea. They could break them in half if they needed to, couldn't they? Let's see what they do. Oh dear, said Ma, as the children stared at the cookies on their plates. Perhaps you'd better eat them before we open the door. We'll wait, said Sam. are going to share with whoever's waiting. Whoever's outside that door. All right, so Sam is getting ready to open the door. It was Grandma with an enormous tray of cookies. Oh, Grandma brought more cookies so they don't have to break their cookies in half. How nice to have so many friends to share them with, said Grandma. It's a good thing I made a lot. Oh my goodness, look how many cookies Grandma made. I wonder if, with all of Grandma's cookies, there's enough for everybody to have 2 cookies now, or maybe 3. But whatever they do, I know that Sam and Victoria are going to share the cookies, and they're going to share them evenly or fairly so that everybody gets the same number. No one makes cookies like Grandma, said Ma, as the doorbell rang. Ding dong. Well, look at all those cookies Grandma made. I'll bet if more friends come, they still have enough cookies to share fairly with everybody. So that's a little story about sharing things fairly. And we learned a little bit about dividing too. 12 cookies divided by 2 children was 6 cookies each. Divided by 4 children was 3 cookies each. Divided by 6 children was 2 cookies each. And then when there were 12 children, 12 cookies, 12 children, everyone got 1 cookie. But now Grandma brought more, so I think they can each get they each will get to have at least 2 cookies. Well, what I would like you to do at home is see if there's something you have at home that you can share with the people in your house, and see if you can find a way to share fairly so that everybody gets the same amount. So it can be cookies, it could be crayons or markers, toys. See if you can figure out a way to share whatever you have fairly and divide it up so that everyone gets the same amount. Have fun sharing, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye, everybody.